Have you ever wondered why sticking to your goals feels like an uphill battle? Consistency, a cornerstone of personal development, often seems just out of reach. It's not just about doing the same thing repeatedly, it's a complex interplay of mental stamina, motivation, and the environment around us. Imagine juggling multiple balls. Each represents a decision or action that supports your goals. This juggling act is what we call cognitive load. It's not long before your arms tire, and maintaining the rhythm feels overwhelming. That's because each decision taxes your mental resources, eventually leading to what's known as decision fatigue. Now add fluctuating motivation to the mix. One day, you're fueled by enthusiasm, ready to conquer the world. The next, you might find that spark has dimmed, extinguished by stress, setbacks, or competing priorities. It's these natural ebbs and flows that make consistency a real challenge. Moreover, your surroundings play a pivotal role. Whether it's unsupportive people or a chaotic environment, external factors can significantly disrupt your consistency efforts. Let's dive into why our minds and circumstances often seem to be working against us. Imagine juggling multiple tasks at once, each demanding your full attention. This is what your brain goes through when you strive for consistency in any area of life. Every choice, every decision taps into your cognitive reserves, and with each decision, these reserves are slowly drained. This phenomenon is known as decision fatigue. Picture this. Every morning, you decide what to wear, what to eat, how to tackle your tasks, and even how to respond to emails. Each of these decisions, though small, cumulatively contributes to a significant cognitive load. As you continue to make these choices throughout the day, your ability to make good decisions diminishes. This is why, by the evening, the thought of skipping a workout or grabbing fast food instead of cooking can seem overwhelmingly appealing. This relentless decision-making process erodes willpower and leads to mental exhaustion. As a result, the resolve to maintain consistency starts fading. As our mental resources deplete, our ability to stick to our plans starts to wane. Feelings are much like waves. We can't stop them from coming, but we can choose which ones to surf. Just as the ocean's waves are unpredictable and ever-changing, so too is our motivation. It begins as a high tide, full of energy and promise when we set new goals. That rush of starting something new is exhilarating, fueling us with a sense of purpose and drive. But as time marches on, that initial surge often retreats. The reasons are as varied as they are impactful. Stress creeps in. Life throws its curveballs, and those once clear priorities start competing with unexpected demands. It's not just the external pressures. Internally, our own enthusiasm begins to wane. The daily grind can dim the shiny appeal of new ventures, leading to a decline in our motivational levels. This fluctuation is a natural part of the human experience, yet it poses a significant challenge to our consistency. When motivation dips, so often does our consistency. Why is it that developing new habits feels like trying to write with your non-dominant hand? It turns out that the struggle is deeply rooted in our brains. Each habit we form creates a specific neural pathway, and the more we repeat an action, the stronger the pathway becomes. This is why repetition and reinforcement are crucial in habit formation. However, the journey to establishing new habits isn't just about persistence. It involves breaking old habits, which can be likened to deconstructing a well-trodden path and paving a new one. This process can be slow and fraught with challenges because our brains are wired to take the path of least resistance, often reverting to old behaviors that feel more comfortable and familiar. Moreover, any interruptions in our attempts to form new habits can reset the progress we've made, forcing us to start over. This can make the process feel even more daunting and exhausting. It's not just about willpower, it's about rewiring our brain. In a world of instant downloads and fast food, waiting for long-term rewards doesn't come naturally. Let's face it, the temptation to choose immediate pleasure over enduring gains is a daily struggle. Whether it's opting for that extra hour of sleep instead of hitting the gym or choosing to binge watch a series rather than work on a project, instant gratification is always lurking around the corner, ready to derail our long-term aspirations. Why is this? Biologically, humans are wired to seek out quick rewards. It's a survival mechanism. This instinct, however, clashes with modern-day objectives that require persistence and delayed gratification, such as pursuing an education, saving for retirement, or maintaining healthy relationships. The real challenge then is not merely to resist short-lived pleasures, but to understand and appreciate the value of patience and perseverance. It's about rewiring our mindset to see beyond the immediate and envision the future benefits of our actions today. Choosing long-term success often means overcoming our instinct for immediate satisfaction. Perfectionism can be like a mirage in the desert of our efforts, always elusive. When striving for flawless execution, we often set the bar impossibly high. This can be a recipe for disappointment. Each time we fall short, the fear of failure grows, casting a shadow over our willingness to continue. Imagine setting out to exercise every day. If the standard is a perfect, intense workout, missing just one session might feel like a total failure. This all-or-nothing thinking leads to avoidance. Why start if perfection is unattainable? Thus, the cycle of procrastination begins, fueled by the dread of not meeting these high standards. Moreover, when we idolize perfection, every attempt that doesn't reach that pinnacle feels insufficient. This not only undermines our confidence but can also halt progress altogether. Instead of celebrating small victories, we brood over not achieving perfection. The fear of not being perfect can often stop us from being consistent. Ever noticed how a change in scenery can disrupt your routine? The environments we inhabit play a pivotal role in our ability to maintain consistency. Whether it's the influence of social pressure, the tug of cultural norms, or the layout of our physical surroundings, each element shapes our behavior in subtle yet significant ways. Consider how a noisy workspace might scatter your focus, or how a supportive community can fortify your resolve. These are not mere coincidences, but examples of how our settings modulate our actions. Disruptions in our environment, like relocating to a new city, or even minor changes like a shift in your daily commute, can unsettle established routines, making consistent behavior a challenge. Moreover, environments laden with distractions or lacking in motivational cues can derail our best intentions. It's not just about having the willpower. It's also about crafting surroundings that nurture and sustain our goals. Our surroundings can either support or undermine our efforts to stay consistent. What we tell ourselves in the quiet of our mind can be our greatest barrier. Self-doubt and negative self-talk are like invisible shackles that hold us back from being consistent. It's not just about what we do, but also what we think about what we do. These internal narratives can make us question our abilities and worth, ultimately hindering our progress. Now, let's talk about turning the tide. Building self-awareness is the first step. By recognizing these harmful patterns, we can begin to challenge them. It's about questioning the validity of these negative thoughts and replacing them with more constructive affirmative ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I always mess this up," we could say, "Every attempt is a step towards mastery." Moreover, confidence isn't just born, it's built. Each small success can be a building block. Celebrating even minor achievements helps reinforce a positive self-image and fosters resilience against setbacks. Changing our internal dialogue is crucial for maintaining consistency. Have you noticed how commitments feel more real when someone else is watching? Accountability, often overlooked, is a cornerstone of maintaining consistency. When you articulate your goals to someone else, they suddenly become more tangible, not just thoughts swirling in your head. Imagine this. You've decided to exercise every morning. It's easy to hit snooze on the alarm when it's just you, but what if a friend is waiting at the park? That changes everything. This is accountability in action. It transforms intention into action through the simple mechanism of expectation. An accountability partner serves as a mirror, reflecting your progress and areas for improvement. They provide motivation during those inevitable dips in drive and celebrate your victories, making the journey less lonely and more achievable. Moreover, feedback from someone you respect can help fine-tune your approach, ensuring that your efforts are not just consistent but also effective. Sometimes all we need is a little push from someone who believes in us. Consistency isn't just a battle of wills, it's a complex interplay of mind, circumstance, and strategy. As we've explored, The journey to consistency is paved with numerous challenges. Each step requires a delicate balance and understanding. Managing cognitive load is crucial as it prevents decision fatigue, helping maintain focus and energy for consistent actions. Fluctuations in motivation are natural. Recognizing and accepting this can help in finding ways to reignite passion and persistence even when enthusiasm dips. Habit formation is another cornerstone. It demands patience and perseverance as habits take time to embed themselves into our daily routines. Balancing immediate pleasures with long-term rewards often involves tough choices that test our resolve. Overcoming fears of failure and perfectionism can liberate us to progress steadily without undue self-pressure. Navigating through varying environments and adjusting to them ensures that our surroundings support our consistency efforts. Addressing negative self-talk and building a robust support network are essential for maintaining self-belief and accountability. Understanding and addressing these challenges can pave the way for a more consistent and successful personal journey.